Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualize My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape, or form, or you just want to give this channel some love. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Now, if you didn't already know, July is the month of Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month. It's the month I founded in July 2017 to celebrate this Asexual Perspectives published book in printed format, basically launching. Yeah, it was a launch of the printed formatted edition of the Asexual Perspectives book. Now, Asexual Perspectives book is a book to answer pretty much any and all questions you will have about asexuality when you're first discovering it, such as what is the difference between sexual attraction and sexual desire, which is what we're going to talk about in a moment. What's the difference between sexual attraction and sexual arousal, which we've already covered in a previous video. And there's lots of other questions in the book, like, do asexuals watch porn? Do they masturbate? Are they interested in BDSM kinks? So pretty much everything you could think of is in this book. And you might have noticed today I'm actually filming this. I'm filming it for a YouTube competition. I've been filming my whole day. So I thought, what better way to finish the day off with my live stream? And the fact that I'm on a mission to get asexuality recognised as a sexual orientation throughout the globe, so that no asexual has to live in fear of ridicule ever again. I desire strongly for asexuality to be known throughout the whole entire globe. For people to know it's normal for some people not to want, like, or need sex in a loving, committed, monogamous relationship. That it's not just a friendship, that it's far more than that, that friendship's, equally valid and wonderful, but people can have romantic relationships without sex ever being involved. Romance is not the same as sex, just like love isn't the same as sex. And if sex without love exists, love without sex definitely does exist, as in this book. Now, this book is to celebrate our diversity across the asexual spectrum and our differences within it, because asexuality is a huge spectrum. So I'm going to be reading excerpts out from that book tonight. So let's get cracking. So, yeah, I don't usually have my camera on, but I really want to make a huge difference where asexuality is concerned. And I want to show the world what I do on my Asexualize My Asexual Life channel. So that's why I'm filming it. I've got a couple of minutes to go till midnight, 1 minute to go. So let's get cracking, people. Let's get cracking. So the question is, which is literally throughout the book to all the asexuals. There's 47 asexuals I interviewed for the book. Well, including me. You get to interview me at the end. So 46 besides me. And it's, do you believe sexual attraction, sexual desire are the same thing or different? So this is Non's story. I have no clue. I've heard that sexual desire without attraction is described as going to a store hungry, but not finding any of the food appealing. I have no libido and no attraction of that regard, so I have very little I can contribute to this question. So, see, a lot of asexuals don't have a libido, right? And they are just having no sexual attraction either. So if they've got neither, then it's very hard for them to distinguish because they have no first-hand experience of sexual desire or sexual attraction. But some asexuals, they do still experience arousal despite not experiencing sexual attraction, So it's all very different. And it's just midnight now. So yeah, I think it's very interesting. I've heard that sexual desire without attraction is described as going to a store hungry but not finding any of the food appetizing. So yeah, sexual desire is basically the desire to want sex in and of itself, regardless of where you're sexually attracted to the person or not. Whereas sexual attraction is a desire to have sex with a specific person. And you literally look at a person and think, I want sex with you. So you get the need, urge, or want to specifically to have partnered sexual intercourse with that person or other people. So yeah, look at this. The time is now just gone. So yeah, I'm going to conclude not the live stream, but the video on here. Thanks so much. That's been my beautiful 25th of July 2020. Right. So now that's done. So let's get on with the show. Right, so let's go to another person's story in the book. And this time we are looking at Waywalker's story. So, do you believe sexual attraction and sexual desire are the same or different? Attraction is not the same as desire. For example, I have been married 3 times. I desired to please my former spouses, so I wanted to have sex with them. It was not due to any innate urge to do so, but entirely because I wanted them to be happy, as they did have that innate urge. So yeah, the word want can be taken 2 different ways. So in general, with sexual attraction, we don't get the need, urge, or want for partnered sexual intercourse. So when I talk about that and want, it's like if we had a choice, which we do obviously, but say that the person didn't care whether they had sex or not, we wouldn't usually want the sex. The only reason this person wants the sex is they want the sex to please their partner rather than wanting the sex in and of itself. So that's the difference. When you experience sexual attraction, you want to have sex with that person because you're of that sexual attraction. Whereas wanting to have sex with someone just to please the partner because it makes them happy is not the same as actually wanting the sex of itself. But obviously they're saying they wanted the sex because they wanted to please their partner. Do you see what I mean? But asexuals don't get the need, urge, or want for partnered sexual intercourse because they don't want the sex in and of itself. Because if the people that they were married to didn't want sex, they wouldn't be bothered about it either. In this case, there's a few exceptions to the rule, like especially on the sexual end of the asexual spectrum. Obviously, if you are a grey asexual and do experience sexual attraction in limited, rare, or specific circumstances, or not enough to want to act on it, so you're not a pure asexual in that way, because you do experience sexual attraction sometimes, then you might, under those limited, rare, or specific circumstances, want sex. And if you're demisexual and you're sexually attracted to someone only when you form that very, very deep emotional bond, then, when you reach that bond and reach that level, you feel like sexuals do, and you experience the sexual attraction. So in those cases, you'd want sex. But for someone who is not demisexual, not on the grey end of the spectrum, and doesn't have any grey areas, usually they don't want the sex in and of itself. They'd want the sex to please the partner. So it would be consensual. Do you see what I mean? But any comments? I'm more than happy to listen to them. I like other people's points of views. Yeah. Do you believe sexual attraction and sexual desire are the same thing or different? This one is difficult, says Darcy. I have heard sexual friends make sexual comments about individuals, known or unknown, whom they find sexually attractive, and I just don't understand it. I don't know that I sexually desire someone, really. I may find someone I want to be close with, but it doesn't mean I want to be sexually close with them. So it's difficult for me to separate the 2 ideas in my head. So yeah, once again, sexual attraction is usually when you want, look at a person, want sex with them, and sexual desire is wanting the sex itself. But if you're asexual, a lot of the time you don't have either of those. Majority of asexuals don't have either of those. So they don't have a desire for sex itself, and they don't experience a sexual attraction either, which is what it's like to be asexual. There are maybe very, very, very rare circumstances where an asexual might desire the sex in and of itself, but they don't wish to do it with anyone because they're not sexually attracted to anyone. So it's kind of an urge they just can't fulfill unless they masturbate themselves, basically. Right. So, South American Anonymous' story. Do you believe sexual attraction and sexual desire are the same thing or different? Well, it's the same thing unless you're talking about the desire for sex, because the desire for sex is different than getting attracted to someone sexually. Like, you only would have sex with that person. The desire for sex is like you are open for just having sex with anyone. Sexual desire and sexual attraction are synonymous, though, which is what I was saying. The sexual desire is a desire for sex in and of itself, whereas sexual attraction is you want, need, or like to have sex with a specific person because you feel that need, you feel that drive, you feel that urge, which is what asexuals don't get. We just don't get that. So it's very, very, very interesting. And then I've got one final one here, which is Samantha G. So Samantha G's story. Do you believe sexual attraction and sexual desire are the same thing or different? I think sexual attraction and sexual desire are different things. Sexual attraction to someone is when you want to have sex with them. Sexual desire is you just want to have sex. And that, in a nutshell, is exactly correct. It's what I said, but Samantha G puts it in so much succinct words that it's really, really good. So so I hope that's solved any confusion about the difference between sexual desire and sexual attraction. I hope it has. If you've got any comments, queries, or questions, or if you want to learn more about asexuality, please do get this book. It's a worthwhile read, and the link is down below in the description. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with anyone you think may benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification to get notified of every time I go live like now and post a new video. Until next time, Rachel, Quaggy, and each other's, lots of love, and I'll see you on the next video live stream. Take care. Happy Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month. Bye.